Hello and welcome back to another edition of City Beat. I'm your host, Tamika Keenan Norman, and of course on this show we tell you about all of the great things happening within the city of Rocky Mount. And this year one of the big things is our annual Rocky Mount Christmas Parade, and of course each year it gets bigger and better. And here to speak a little bit more with us about that is Debbie Giulio, our special events coordinator. So welcome back, Debbie.
Thank you so much.
It hasn't been long. I'm like, wow, you're a regular here now, because
that's right.
You know, the barbecue throwdown was just here. Now it's time for the Christmas parade. Not only are you a regular, but you're staying busy.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So tell us how long the Christmas parade has been taking place now.
A lot longer than you and I have been here. We did a little research. Actually, our senior, one of our Parks and Recreation person figured out that this actual Christmas parade is in its 58th year. Now, when I say that, I did a little more research on that and saw pictures and things. I've seen pictures of downtown with Christmas parades well before 1955. But as far as us putting it on and the community putting it on, it's been consistently a yearly event for 58 years now.
Okay, so you're thinking it dates back further than that.
I do. I've seen, like, you know, the women in their dresses from like the early 1900s, you know, or even in the late 1800s. So I know there's been a lot of tradition behind Christmas parade and parades in downtown Rocky Mount. This is, when we say 58 years, we just say consistently we've been doing the Christmas parade for those years every year. But yeah, there's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot more history. If we could really do some real good research, it may be older than that.
Okay. Wow. I would love to get my hands on some of those pictures.
So we say a tradition. We mean this is a tradition. This is one of those events that people just expect to happen. They enjoy it. They want to be out there. The families get out there with their kids and we watch the parade. And it's just something that kind of kicks off the season. And it felt, you know, for me, we're doing it December the 1st. It's like that first thing you get to do right after Thanksgiving. You're like, okay, it's Christmas time. It's time to celebrate the holidays.
And that's an exciting feeling. It really is. So tell me a little bit about, you're from Rocky Mount. What has really stood out for the Christmas parade for you?
For me, well, my first experience with the Christmas parade was being in the Christmas parade, and that was being in the marching band. I was in the color guard, and so I have an experience of actually marching the marching band in the downtown Rocky Mount in the Christmas parade.
What high school?
Northern Nash.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I actually have cousins that were in Rocky Mount, and I mean, you know, the whole, all those bands are out there. We have 5 different bands that come out there: Southern Nash, Northern Nash, Nash Central. I don't want to forget somebody, but they're, you know, they're all out there doing what they always do every year at the Christmas parade, and playing their Christmas music and celebrating with everybody, and that yearly. And that was my first experience with that. But now that I do the Christmas parade, there's so many things yearly that happen that's, you know, unique to Rocky Mount. Our businesses will come out there and be very creative in things they do. I use examples of Wooten Marina one year brought a pontoon boat out, pulled it in, and had it completely decorated for Christmas, and had kids on there with fishing poles with little ornaments hanging off the end like they were catching an ornament.
That is so nice.
Just really creative. We've had those four-wheeler SUV things that the kids, you know, the people ride around. They had them on a trailer like a reindeer pulling a sleigh. With little antlers on the little SUVs with people, and so they get really creative with things. So every year I get to see something unique. We've had people, one of our city employees, who I think is now retired, as a tribute to our military, built this tank, you know, military tank, a little small, looked like a little toy, like a kid would play with, around, I think it was a lawnmower or something that was underneath it. And it was, you know, as a tribute to our military, because obviously our military have been, you know, in this situation for a while now. So there's just there's unique things out there, not just our bands and, you know, Santa and all those things, but people get really creative with the things they bring out there.
That is so good. And I know you don't know how unique those things are going to be right now, but in addition to the bands, do you know some other folks that are going to be in the parade yet, in the parade lineup?
We always have our bands, and of course Santa Claus. Trying to think of all the things we have out there, but there's so many unique things with horse groups, and people will dress in costume like snowmen or those types of things. All the normal things people normally will see will be there. We have professional floats that companies sponsor that are beautiful floats with all kinds of decorations on them. I love those. We usually have helium, these big helium balloons that we bring out there. But then, of course, there's all the groups that participate that I don't even have all of those listed yet. They'll come up for the next couple of weeks as we get closer to the Christmas parade. So we have a huge lineup. The parade lasts over an hour. You'll be over like 65, 75 things in the parade.
Okay.
And so there's plenty of new things that happen every year.
Okay, so that's about how many you had last year, about 65?
That's about how many.
Okay.
And we've been growing every year. I usually get 3 or 4 more every year. And so it's been growing. And it depends on the weekend and the year and what's going on in the community. Sometimes I get more, sometimes I get less. This one actually falls on the Thanksgiving weekend because we always do it the first Sunday. And so this is the first year. It's usually the weekend after that. And for some reason, Sunday fell this year on that Thanksgiving weekend. So I have a feeling we may have a lot more people out there.
I think so too, because you'll have people home and whatnot. Yeah, that's going to be really good.
So I think it's going to be really big this year.
It will be. Also, tell me a little bit about the theme for this year. I know Toys for Tots has been the theme for a little while, right?
This will be our 3rd year with Toys for Tots. When they came to me a couple of years ago, I thought this was such a wonderful idea. It gave everybody a wonderful purpose for the parade. I mean, usually we come up with a theme like jingle bells or a color or something that they can get involved in. But I thought Toys for Tots was wonderful. People will come. Some people will decorate their float to look like toys or something to do with that theme. Many will have lots of toys on their float. And then as they go around the parade route, they get to where the Marine Corps is collecting them. They'll hop off real quick and take all those toys over there and then get back on their float and finish out the parade. So it's been a nice thing to have for people that want to have some way to give back to the community and contribute. And of course, the parade is for the children. So what better way than Toys for Tots for the kids?
And so you can bring out toys. Where can you drop those toys off at?
We're going to be doing everything the same we've done the past couple of years. And at the corner of City Hall, off of Nash Street and Church, right there's a little courtyard right there. You can't miss them. They'll have all the Toys for Tots signs. They usually get a big crane out there with a big American flag on it, so you can see, oh, that's where they are. So it's very visible. You can't. So look for that American flag on that top of that crane, and they'll usually have a big military vehicle or something out there, so you can kind of see Toys for Tots on the side of it. And they'll be dressed in their military uniform, so you can't miss the guys that are out there collecting for the children.
Okay. Now, are there any specifics we need to know about the types of toys that you can bring? Any age restrictions?
It's 0 to 15 years of age, and I'm going to pull out my stuff so I can make sure I have all this right. One of the things I try to remind people of is that we get more girl toys than boy toys. And then 0 to 0 to 1 year old and 13 to 15 always kind of gets left out. And so we try to remind people of that, but there's no real specific. People can also make monetary donations too, and they can talk to the guys that are out there at that time how to do that. Because what they will do is they do fundraisers to get actual funds because they don't want to leave any child out. So what they don't get at, when they receive the toys, they will go out and purchase to make sure that every child gets a toy.
Good.
So that nobody that's 1 year old get left out or a 14-year-old gets left out. And I just got through talking to them recently, and they work very hard. They're working with the school system and those types of systems to make sure that they're getting needy children that are not going to be able to have a Christmas this year because they don't have the toys or whatever that is. And I want to just share this quote that they have. It's actually on the Toys for Tots website. And this is their mission. It says, the primary goal of Toys for Tots is to deliver through a new toy at Christmas a message of hope to less fortunate youngsters that will assist them in becoming responsible, productive, patriotic citizens. And I thought that was just a beautiful, wonderful reason for them to do this. And the military guys, the Marine Corps, very, very passionate about this. This is truly what their mission, the Toys for Tots.
Well, that is excellent. So hopefully people will be encouraged to bring their toys. But what else were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Let me tell you, I just made me think of something. I was talking to you, and most people may not know this. And as I was talking the other day, we were bringing up different things. And I don't know if they can see this, and maybe this could get posted. But this little Toys for Tots symbol was created by Walt Disney himself.
I did not know that.
Walt Disney, one of his employees, started Toys for Tots many, 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 many years ago. And so the Toys for Tots logo was created by Walt Disney. And so there's a lot of history behind this idea and this organization, and these guys absolutely exemplify what that is.
And it had to have been a long time ago because you see that logo all the time.
That's right.
You know the Toys for Tots logo.
So I thought that was such a unique history that I didn't even know about.
Yeah,
and
thanks for sharing that tidbit with us.
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So once again, the parade, Sunday, December 1st. What time again?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Every year we do it at 3 o'clock.
Okay, and tell us about the route. Where does it begin, end, etc.?
Right, and we've been doing this route the same way for many years, so most people that have been out there know where it is. But we start at the corner of Marigold and Main Street.
Okay.
And then we go up north towards Thomas Street. We take a left across the railroad track, and then we come back down against traffic on Church Street, and we end just past the train station and senior center, or City Hall. So you can watch the parade on Main Street on the Edgecombe side, or you can come across and watch this on Church Street on that area. Many people, we fill that all that up, so there's plenty of space for everyone, and that's one reason the parade is that length, so we can make sure there's room for everybody to watch the parade.
Okay, and for folks that are just coming out here for the first time, because last year was my very first time at the Christmas parade here, a lot of people are out there.
They are.
And like you said, being that it's taking place right after Thanksgiving, there may be even more. So where do people park?
There's a lot of different places to park. Some people park like over at Edgecombe Community College or in the City Hall parking lot. You'll come downtown, you can find parking space, and there'll be police and people down here to help you find those areas. So there's a lot of places to park. What I want to also mention is this, and I walk around the parade sometimes and I'll see people stacked up in 3 and 4 rows, and I'm like, if you walk a little further down, there's plenty of space to get a front row seat where, you know, if you have a child or someone, or if you're short like me, you can't see overhead.
Right.
So there's plenty of places that you can spread out and find places to very visibly see the parade.
Now, what time would you suggest that we get out there? If it starts at 3, what would be the best time?
If you're watching the parade, I'd say to get parked and everything, you're going to want to try to get there by like 2:30 so you can park comfortably, find you a nice place to stand. Now, if you're participating in the parade, and they'll get all this information when they apply, they come out as early as 1 o'clock, but between 1 and 2 o'clock, so they can get set up, get their floats and things in place, or their marching band, all those things. And they know how to do that. Many of them do that year after year.
Okay, okay. So we're really excited. Now, the one thing that I thought about too when you were mentioning the route is that downtown is going to look a lot different for folks who don't come downtown often, for folks who are visiting the area. I mean, we've got Prime Smokehouse downtown, some other areas. Can you think of anything that's going to provide a newer backdrop for us this year along that route?
Right, and I want to remind everybody, last year was the first year we hung all those beautiful wreaths on all those light poles downtown Rocky Mount, and I was telling this story to some, as I came up to the event last year, and I was setting up and getting everything ready to go. And like I said, I'm from Rocky Mount, and I hadn't seen the downtown decorated this beautifully in a long time. And I hit that street on Main Street to go park my car to get ready for the event, and there's all those beautiful lit wreaths. And I got teary-eyed. I got very emotional about it, and it brought back all those wonderful memories and made me have a lot of pride in my community. And so I want people to know, come down, especially like when it gets dark and they're lit. It's very beautiful. But this year, we're going to be decorating and lighting the outside of the Imperial Center. And so look for that. It's going to be very beautiful, beautifully decorated. There'll be their ice skating, all those things we have going on. And we could sit here all day and talk about all the things going on. I know you're going to do shows on that, but I would tell everybody to go to downtownrockymount.com. What is it? That's right. Downtownrockymount.com has all that Christmas parade, ice skating, holiday happenings. There's a ton of things going on in downtown Rocky Mount this year.
It is, and actually Lee White is coming on to tell us about all the things at the Imperial Center.
Wonderful.
We've got things at the Senior Center.
That's right.
You're right. It's just a whole lot of stuff. All right, so really excited. Rocky Mount Christmas Parade, December 1st.
That's right.
3 o'clock, downtown Rocky Mount. So we encourage folks to come out there.
It's fun, and it's a tradition, and you don't want to miss it. It will kick off your season.
Okay, and bring your toys as well.
Bring some toys,
okay.
Absolutely.
Toys for Tots theme. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, if you need some additional information about the Christmas Parade or any of our other holiday happenings, you can visit the website, like Debbie said, downtownrockymount.com, or you can go to rockymountnc.gov. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back with more of City Beat.
No, I wasn't happy when people said I had junk in my trunk. Would you be? Fresh clothes, fresh blankets, fresh water, keyboard, duct tape, late night, all-nighter cheeseburger chips. The essentials. What else? Christmas tree stand, golf clubs, a mattress, pack and play, a life-size portrait of Edward Cullen, and a sombrero. There's a story behind that. Then the North Carolina Department of Transportation said I could save 40 bucks a year and help the environment by clearing out my trunk. So now I'm doing the right thing, I'm looking good, and I've got more money to spend on the things that really matter.
Drive green, save green, a message from the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Keep the junk out of your trunk.
Hello and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Tamika Keenan Norman, and it's the holidays again. Great time of the year, and there are several activities going on within the city of Rocky Mount, and most of which are coordinated by the Rocky Mount Senior Center. And here to tell us more about that is Alex Langley, Senior Center Manager. And folks should really know you by now because you've been on the show several times.
Oh, well, thanks for having me again.
But tell me a little bit. I know one of the big events that you do is our Senior Christmas Gala, right? Tell me a little bit about that, when it takes place, what time, where, all that good stuff.
Our gala this year is going to be on Monday, December 9th, and it's be hosted again at the Doubletree Gateway Convention Center. And basically, it's really an opportunity for us to celebrate the seniors, give them a place to come together for their own Christmas party. You know, sometimes they're retired and they may not be involved with that kind of thing, and it gives them a chance to come together, fellowship with people their own age. And also, we use it as a time too for the clubs, various senior clubs that we work with throughout the year. You know, we take a chance to recognize them for some accomplishments they've done, whether it's community service or just anything they've done as far as recognition. So it's a time to bring together, and they bring their family, friends, and just kick off the holiday season the right way.
But anyone is invited.
Anyone, you have to. Anyone can come, but you have to be a guest of a senior.
Gotcha.
So it's not just open to everyone, but it's open to seniors and their guests.
Gotcha. What's the cost for admission to this?
Tickets this year are $22 for a ticket, and that covers your meal. And actually, we do have entertainment as well. We're going to have a musical entertainment, as well as this year's guest keynote speaker is Diane Wilson, the troubleshooter for Channel 11 News. That's coming from last year when we did we actually did Tar Heel Travel last year, Scott Mason, so that was a really big success. So we wanted to try to continue the tradition of bringing back a guest speaker for it as well.
So tell me a little bit too about last year, this same event. How many people do you expect for this annually?
Well, we have set a goal of 200, and last year we had about 185. 190, but we've set a goal for 200 participants, and that doesn't include your staffing and things of that nature. But 200 participants and just pack out the convention center. We're very excited about it.
Why do you think so many people come out to this event?
It's just a good way to get the holiday season started. You know, it's the food, the fellowship, the fun, the fanfare, the festival type atmosphere with the music, and then also an educational piece with our guest speaker. You know, it can be a very moving, emotional story, and that kind of stuff is just usually equates to a good event, and that's what we hope they're coming out there. You know, seeing a well-known personality, and just getting to see some. We're actually going to highlight some talents of one of our own staff members this year. He has a band that he's going to play.
Who is that?
That is Andrew Walton, our lifeguard.
Okay.
One of our senior center lifeguards has a band, and they have agreed to play, and so they're gonna. And with that too, we are incorporating a new thing this year, where when they play, we will have the floor open for dancing. So we're trying to continue to improve our event from last year into this year, and I'm really starting. We can't get as many as Raleigh gets, but we're really starting to try to model this after Raleigh's Golden Years Club breakfast that they do each year, and they have 1,000 people come to theirs. We can't accommodate that many, but we're looking to do some of the similar type events with guest speakers, music, dancing, and things of that nature. So.
Sounds good. So folks, I guess, can come out in their Sunday best? Or?
Yep. You want to make it like if you want to treat it as the Rocky Mount area seniors prom, that's fine with me. We would be glad to have a Sunday's best, and come on out. Come on out to shine. Red carpet's open for you.
Okay, so it's going to start at what time?
It's going to start at 11 o'clock, and then from there, we'll have the meal, and then we'll probably, as the meal is winding down, we're going to have the music and the dancing, and we're going to conclude with Diane Wilson's speech and probably some Christmas carols for the group.
Okay.
And there could be some surprises thrown in there, but those are things I'm not able to
reveal all that
reveal
other
yet.
stuff yet. Yeah. So tell me about the Christmas Lights tour as well, because this has been going on for quite a time. You visit various sites in Rocky Mount, right?
We do. It is a long-standing tradition for the senior center, well before I even came here. I see it as we have older adults that are probably more homebound and not able to get out, and they're in assisted living, because that's how we get our participants there. We'll send out a list to those groups, and actually apartment groups for older adult living that are specifically for older adults, and we'll see how many they want to bring. And their activity coordinators and stuff will send us, we have 20, 25, 15 that want to come, and then we start organizing what we're going to do. We work with Rocky Mount Transit and the school system and our very own Jacob Parker. He does a lot of stuff with this event.
Oh, yeah,
he does right much of this event, and also we're working with the school system. He's a liaison there as well, and we figure out how many we got coming. Nash Community College gives us a room, and we go around to various places to look at the different Christmas lights throughout the community, whether it's Bund Farm, North Green, Catch Point, Candlewood, and also even in the Edgecombe County with Glendale Avenue. And then also we actually take them downtown as well. We really want to show off the new downtown development, MLK Park, City Hall, things of those natures, how Rocky Mount and City Lake as well.
I'm sure you see some amazing things when you go on these tours also, so I'm sure it's really great. Where do you all meet, and what time do you depart?
Generally, we depart about 5:30 from various locations. Depending on how far-reaching some of the organizations that are trying to participate are, we will try to accommodate them to get a van out there with Rocky Mount Transit, or if they can, if they're able to drive to downtown, whether it's at City Hall, the Senior Center, the train station, somewhere of that nature, and meet, then we'll go from there. And then, Jacob does a lot with coordinating the bus drivers and making sure they stay on the right track and they get to see all the places they need to see. And then we actually meet back up at Nash Community College, probably about 7 o'clock or so, or 7:30, somewhere in there. And then we have a short program, actually we serve cake, hot chocolate, coffee for the participants, and then we usually, and this year again we are bringing back the Christmas choir, elementary school Christmas choir. They're going to be coming in, and they'll sing some Christmas carols and just really get us going for the season. Now it is a little bit later this year. It's December 19th, and we made that decision based on just personal experience that it seems like the later you get, the more lights that are available, and we thought that it would be, to really show off what the community has, we put it a little bit later. I mean, it's about as late as you can go. The Nash Community College closes December 20th for the Christmas break. Okay. So they're working with us there on that, but it's going to be a good time. And we bring in a lot of different community organizations. Some local Girl Scout troops help us out with the event. We have a local sorority. A service sorority in the area. They come in, they cut the cakes. It's something they've been doing for years. They absolutely love it. In fact, they called me 2 weeks ago, making sure they could get a date and everything. And like we said, it is a true partnership with Tar River Transit and Nash Community College, because they do help us out as far as facility rental space, and then Tar River Transit providing us drivers for the buses, the vans, all types of ways that we're going to do the transportation.
And is this a free event?
It is a free event.
Okay.
There is no cost associated. This is actually what I call, this is the Senior Center's gift to the community, gift to the local older adults, because we like to, as we previously said, this is we are trying to it's open to all adults, but we are specifically looking to provide something for those that may be homebound, ridden, that can't get out, and we want them to have a chance to get out and see what the local community has to offer, whether it's lights and just cheer as well, because we do a lot of city employees get involved as tour guides, so they're on the van, they're telling them different things about this, historical facts, pointing out different things, the areas they're in, and so as we talked about, it's a tradition. It's a tradition in the fact that the same employees come back every year, the same city council comes back, help us out every year. It's just a really, really cool event.
That sounds good.
If I can find a way, I know Councilman W.B. Bullock was talking about he actually has a very fond memory of this event. You know, he comes out every year, but one of them was the fact that my predecessor, Kathy Oxendine, asked him to come out and help. And, you know, there was, I think he talks about a participant saying something about he was so happy to see him there, and it was just, they loved the fact that he was actually there serving them, and giving them coffee, giving them cake, and he was there, we're like, we're glad you're here, and he was just like, you know, I'm here for you, so this is really special to him, and he usually is very involved with it, and we're doing the same thing this year.
That's good. Any other Christmas activities going on with the Senior Center?
We have a few others. We actually have on December 11th, we'll be doing our annual Christmas breakfast. And you'll come in and sausages, eggs, pancakes, things of that nature that we'll offer up for that. That is a potluck. At the Senior Center, we are in the season of potluck, as I put it. You know, whether it's Thanksgiving to veterans lunches, things of that nature, we are in the season of potluck. And this is another one of our potluck events for breakfast. And that is really actually our only other event other than we are helping, and we actually get involved with one of the local senior clubs, the MLK Walkers, for their annual luminaries. It does serve as a fundraiser for them, but we provide them some assistance and offer. And on Monday, December 16th, they actually will be having a short program to talk about, and they sell luminaries in honor and in memory of whoever buys those, they're buying them in honor and in memory of family members, things of that nature. And it's really, I was there last year involved with it. It's a very touching, very emotional night when you're actually there, and you actually see the place. It's very, very pretty. It's incredible. We did have some issues with wind last year, but I did get some good pictures, and they actually, at MLK, they have the the Christmas tree. It looks like a tree, but it's just the lights up on a flagpole, but it looks really good when you put it with the,
I would imagine it does.
with the luminaries and stuff. So, and I have a really cool picture of a young girl actually looking at the MLK statue. So it's so there are actually some really touching pictures that came from that. So it was a very fun event. I was glad to be a part of it.
Okay, so I knew you all were going to be busy this year. See, lots of stuff going on.
we at the Senior Center are all about, aging actively. So we're just trying to, you want to be active in your older years, and so there is no slowing down. Once you hit 55, it's keep right on rolling.
Tell me again the date and time and location for that Christmas gala, senior gala.
The Christmas gala is actually Monday, December 9th, and it's at the Gateway Center. And as far as the other ones we mentioned, Monday, December 16th is the MLK Luminaries, and then that same week, Thursday, December 19th, will be our Christmas tour. And to register for any of them, you feel free to call the Senior Center at 972-1561.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for having me. I'm always glad to be here.
Lots of things going on at the Senior Center. If you need additional information, you can always log onto the city's website, too, at RockyMountNC.gov.
They loved the fact that he was actually there serving them, and giving them coffee, giving them cake, and he was there. We're like, we're glad you're here, and he was just like, I'm here for you. So this is really special to him, and he usually is very involved with it, and we're doing the same thing this year.
That's good. Any other Christmas activities going on with the Senior Center?
We have a few others. We actually have on December 11th, we'll be doing our annual Christmas breakfast. And you'll come in and sausages, eggs, pancakes, things of that nature that we'll offer up for that. That is a potluck. At the Senior Center, we are in the season of potluck, as I put it. Whether it's Thanksgiving to veterans lunches, things of that nature, we are in the season of potluck. And this is another one of our potluck events for breakfast. And that is really actually our only other event other than we are helping, and we actually get involved with one of the local senior clubs, the MLK Walkers, for their annual luminaries. It does serve as a fundraiser for them, but we provide them some assistance and offer. And on Monday, December 16th, they actually will be having a short program to talk about, and they sell luminaries in honor and in memory of whoever buys those, they're buying them in honor and in memory of family members, things of that nature. And it's really, I was there last year involved with it. It's it's a very touching, very emotional night when you're actually there and you actually see the place. It's very, very pretty. It's incredible. We did have some issues with wind last year, but when I did get some good pictures, and they actually at MLK they have the lighted, the Christmas tree. It looks like a tree, but it's just the lights up on a flagpole. But it looks really good when you put it with the
I would imagine it does.
with the luminaries and stuff. So I have a really cool picture of a young girl actually looking at the MLK statue. So it's so there are actually some really touching pictures that came from that. So it was a very fun event. I was glad to be a part of it.
Okay, so I knew you all were going to be busy this year. See, lots of stuff going on.
we at the Senior Center are all about, aging actively. So we're just trying to, you want to be active in your older years. And so there is no slowing down. Once you hit 55, it's keep right on rolling.
Tell me again the date and time and location for that Christmas Gala, Senior Gala.
The Christmas Gala is actually Monday, December 9th, and it's at the Gateway Center. And as far as the other ones we mentioned, Monday, December 16th is the MLK Luminaries, and then that same week, Thursday, December 19th, will be our Christmas tour. And to register for any of them, feel free to call the Senior Center at 972-1561.
So thank you so much, Alex. Lots of things going on. Any particular deadlines for ticket purchases?
Pretty much as long as you can get everything in by the end of November. We moved back the Senior Galas moved back 1 week because Thanksgiving falls so late this year. And if you're registered before Thanksgiving, you'll be okay. Because we do ask, and we're not encouraging it, but we need that last week to get set up. So we have our numbers, we get them in there for catering and things of that nature. So if you're basically, I think it's like November 27th is the deadline.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for having me. I'm always glad to be here.
Lots of things going on at the Senior Center. If you need additional information, you can always log onto the city's website too at RockyMountNC.gov.